Hello!
Hello!
And welcome to my channel again, and we're in our kitchen again.
His kitchen. It
Yeah.
used to be my kitchen, but it's
yes.
no longer.
Yes, so today we're going to do something a bit different in the channel. We're going to make some coffee instead. So I've invited Ellie, who's a local composer here. You know, she drinks a lot of coffee.
I do. Too much, probably.
Yes, so she's going to share me her favorite way of making coffee, and I'm going to share her mine. So let's get started.
Yeah!
Yay! Now tell us about your coffee. What
Okay,
you have?
so I am making a version of a kind of just like what would be a standard filter coffee or a cafetiere or what we would call French press in the States. This is similar to what my mom would make like every morning, and I could smell this you know, before I woke up and as I would go down. So I am doing this in a French press because I don't have a normal filter coffee maker. So I'm going to put...
What's the kind of coffee you're
Oh,
having?
good question. So, this is Honduran ground coffee. I usually prefer Colombian, but
Okay.
when I was in M&S today, I couldn't find the kind of coffee that I usually get. I try and always get fair trade.
Right.
I do love local coffees, so if I had prepared a little earlier, I probably would have gotten Poblado.
Okay. fair enough, yeah.
But any kind of fair trade coffee with like dark tones and a lot of like chocolate and cocoa kind of cacao undertones is my favorite kind of coffee.
Oh, fantastic.
So I'm just gonna put 4 scoops
Ooh. How do you
this in.
How do you know how much is enough?
I usually do so 6 cups will completely fill, like 6 scoops will completely fill this.
Right.
So I'm only gonna do it to about like here. And I like my coffee quite strong, so I usually do generous scoops.
Okay.
Generous scoops. So I'm gonna put just a dash of cinnamon and a little bit of turmeric. Turmeric is like, you can't really taste it. It's just, my mom used to always put turmeric in because turmeric is good for your brain. And then just a little bit of ginger.
Ginger, you said?
Yes, just a little bit of ginger.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring the water to a boil. So something to just be aware when you're making a French press is that you never want to fill it completely when you first pour the water in. So you put the coffee in, or the water into the coffee, you give it just a little bit of a stir, and then you let it sit for a minute. And then this is the process is called like blooming. You let the coffee bloom. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it does, except for it tends to like pull out the flavors more of the coffee. So I've noticed that when I do this with the coffee, it tends to be richer, stronger, more fuller bodied than if I just pour the water in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So while that's happening, I'm going to pour some milk into a jug because I'm just going to heat it up in the microwave and then froth it a little bit.
Okay.
So we have hot and frothy milk to put on top. Okay. So then to kind of see the coffee bloom, if you like look at it how it looks now.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
And you just kind of give it a bit of a shake.
So it's quite frothy, is it?
And now see it, the color changing and coming out.
Ah, right. Okay.
So that's kind of, it's the coffee blooming.
Okay.
Pour more hot water in. So like I said, I only did 4 scoops, so I'm only going to go to about there.
Right, about 2/3. More than half. Less than that, yeah.
And then I'm going to stick this on and just let that sit and simmer.
Okay.
And then while that is simmering, I'm going to froth some milk. Just use a handheld frother.
Okay. And if you don't have a handheld frother, will a whisk do?
I have no idea. Never tried using the whisk. If you don't have a frother, I would recommend just not frothing your milk.
Okay.
You know, you could pour. I usually actually use cold milk in the mornings because I don't feel like going to all this trouble.
Right.
So this is kind of just when I want to pamper myself or my guests a little more.
Fair enough. When is it like?
You can do it for like really however long you want, depending on how much froth you want to have in your coffee.
Right. Okay.
So it doesn't really. It's all kind of up to what you prefer. And so I always usually pour hot water into the cup before I put the coffee in because I like my coffee really hot.
Right.
And I find that if you don't do that, the temperature of the glass will significantly cool down your coffee.
That's right.
So the coffee is ready to press. Pressing.
Very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee first or milk first?
I usually always do the coffee first.
Okay.
I think I only do milk when I've been impatient and I'm pouring milk in my cup before because I'm trying to cut off steps before I have to drink it.
It's like a whole big debate in the tea world.
Is it?
I don't think it should be, but you know.
I think in tea, milk should always come after because I think it affects the brewing process.
Yes, it does.
So usually you should have, you know, something that has like a spout on it for easier pouring.
I see.
But
I should have offered you my milk jug.
When you don't know when is available, you make do.
I forgot we have a milk jug. So it's like making a macchiato.
Yeah.
The literal spot of milk, you know, that's where the saying comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very excited now. So this is an Americano.
So this is technically an Americano is either a shot or two of espresso with hot water on top.
Okay.
So you can make them in the mocha, and then just pour in the boiling water after. So it's more, I would say, like a filter coffee.
Okay.
Just because of how it's been done, though. I guess, or I don't know, maybe it's just French press.
I guess so.
With a little bit extra added into the grounds, and then frothed milk.
Oh, I'm very
top.
excited.
So enjoy.
It smells amazing. Is this to your standard? Is this to your liking?
Usually I prefer my coffee a little stronger.
Okay.
So maybe a few more
I don't
scoops of
mind
coffee.
it. Yeah, I actually like it.
Yeah.
Well, what really I find interesting is that it has that spicy notes because you know you put spice in it. I think that's very interesting.
Can you taste any of the chocolate notes that are supposedly in the coffee grounds?
I think you're supposed to drink the coffee at body temperature to take the notes out.
Are you really?
Yes.
Oh.
That's
news to me.
I learned
Thanks,
this.
you're
I learned this watching a video somewhere. Yes, and there was a barista going like, you know, the best way to drink coffee.
I actually just learned this recently at a coffee place in Bangor. They made a French press. A flat white. And we said that you know they'll make it at proper drinking temperature.
Right.
And so it was not as scalding hot as this is.
All right. Fine.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna make the how I like my coffee. It's a Turkish coffee, so I'm gonna be making it in a cezve. This is what it's called, right? And I'm gonna get my coffee. It's I can't remember where it's from, but the name of the brand is going to be in the bottom here. But I've emptied it into this tea box, so it says tea, but actually it's coffee in there. I promise. So here we are. It's very finely ground.
Yes, it is.
So I don't think you can see it. Nope, you can't.
Use your imagination.
Yes.
It's very finely ground.
It is like flour, if you will. So I'm going to angle the camera now so you can see what is happening. Okay, so we're going to start making the coffee. So this is my cezve, and this is the stove that's being heated up. So you need to start off with cold water. So I've put cold water in these. So here we go. Because I'm making 2 cups, I'm going to put 2 cups. There we are. Put it on the stove. It's going to take some time to heat up because my stove is a bit slow.
So do you boil the water and then put the coffee in?
No, everything has to go in at the same time. Yeah. So now we're going to put the sugar first. I prefer, because this is quite a strong brew, I'm going to put 1.5 spoons for each of us, so that makes
for each,
3.
wow.
Yeah, it's basically like It's nearly espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put the same amount in espresso, don't you? I mean, I do. I put just one, but this is a bit more.
Got a bit more kick.
Yeah.
Bit more oomph.
Yeah. So now we put the coffee. So if I prefer it 1 heaped teaspoon per person. So that's 1. That's another. Now we don't stir it yet because we want everything to sink naturally.
It's like a perfect little flower in the
I
right-hand
know,
corner.
it's beautiful. Now most of the coffee is in. I will give it a little stir and you should see like white foam starting to form. Right? There we are. The white foam is forming. So some people like to collect this white foam and put it in their cups. I personally don't like that because it's quite gritty. Well, the whole point of Turkish coffee is for it to be gritty, but not for me, I guess. So what happens now is that it's starting to come to its like breaking point. So I quickly take it off the heat, lift it up, and I put it back on to let the coffee grounds swirl around even more. But we don't. The reason why we are lifting it off because we don't want to burn it, because it will start to come out very, very, very fast. So we have to be like kind of eagle-eyed and watchful now. Take it off. Put it down. So it will rise even faster, and now it's ready. So there we are. And we are back, and we have Turkish coffee ready to be brewed.
I'm excited.
No, ready to be decanted. Yeah, ready to be drunk. So let's get started. So you want to be really careful with this one. So pour yours first. So you're gonna pour really, really slowly, so that the lip catches all the grounds.
Okay.
So you have to be really patient with this one.
So the majority of the like thick sludge would just gather
Yeah,
in the lip.
it gets caught on the lip, and the liquid goes on. It's an alright design, I guess. Does the job.
I haven't seen any grounds go in, so that's good.
Yeah. It's also the way you pour it, because you have to be like really, really zen about pouring. Yeah. Well, if you have it in Turkey, traditionally you have the top foam scooped into the coffee, but I don't particularly like that because it's quite gritty, that top foam. So you end up with something quite sludgy. But you know, people enjoy that. So I'm gonna have a drink of water first to wash out the taste of the previous coffee. Water. Okay, so let's get started. So,
Cheers.
cheers, afiyet olsun. That's cheers in Turkish.
Afiyet olsun. Wow. That's really nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
It's very thick.
It is.
I feel like I'm almost having a syrup.
Yeah, but at the same time, it feels like it's very smooth and it's great. Yeah.
That wasn't actually at all what I was expecting.
Yeah. So if you have it in Turkey, it's going to be even foamier than this because they scoop in the foam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we are. That's the 2 coffees. Yeah.
Very nice. Now I want to get one of these Turkish decanter things.
Yeah, it's a jezve. Is what it's called.
Jezve.
I'll put a link below, the name of the shop where I got this online shop. So, and they come in different sizes as well. So this is for 2 to 3 cups. They have a gigantic one for 6.
Okay.
But 6 by 6 they mean like this cups, by the way. And they have one for 1, so it's like a really tiny 100 milliliters kind of
So cute.
deal, you know.
It's delicious. So traditionally, do you put that much brown sugar in it when you're making it?
It really depends whether you like it or not. Well, there we are. So thank you for joining us. That was fun, wasn't it?
It
Yeah. Subscribe to this channel if you've liked what you've seen, and
or don't if you don't.
I guess not. Yeah. So we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.